Alright, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Long time no see. Well, maybe not for y'all, 'cause I've been spacing out the uploads, but I haven't videoed in over a week. Been in college. Kind of hard to believe, but anyway, today we're going to be doing kind of like a mini day in the life of a farmer. It fluctuates the day to day. There's not like a everyday kind of deal. But what is common is to check on all your animals every morning to make sure everything is okay, and just get a feel for how your farm is doing in general. All right, feed the guardian dogs high protein adult performance. That's the little gray box is their automatic feeder. Speaking of the devils, what up, girls? Bet you they happy to see me. All the goats came out the woods. That's Snowcap right there running, the little baby. Her mom, unfortunately, passed away about a couple days right after giving birth to her. She's actually a twin. But coyotes got the mom. And that was before we had the puppies, but we didn't have them turned out yet because they're like itty bitty puppies. But after that, we kind of just turned the dogs out, and we're like, well, having puppies out is better than nothing, probably just having a scent. And ever since we turned the guardian dogs out, we've had 0 losses to predators. If y'all watched the heifer video, that we bought a heifer. That's one of her sisters right here. It's a pretty good calf for the first calf. How you doing, girl? Just 2 more. It's like the second oldest calf, this one right here. She's gentle. I was petting her the other day. She's a little camera shy. That's the heifer that we went and bought. If you watched the previous video, that video did really well. V's Y. That's her. And that's one of the babies. And yeah, they're pretty much all the cows in this pasture. It's one of our older cows. You see she kind of run down a little bit. She's a little bit thin. Just because she's so much older, it's hard for her to maintain her weight, but look how good that one's holding up. She looks much better. That's our oldest calf right there. She was born in February. Somehow she was born like months earlier in advance. I don't know how that was possible, but that's her mom. She's older, but she's a really good cow. She just really big compared to what, like all of our cows are smaller framed, easier kept. But then if it piques your interest, instead of having that old nasty water trough, we have upgraded to a nicer one. Why are you so scared? We've upgraded to a nicer water trough with that one right there. See, it's running right now because the cows came and drank out of it. But if you're not familiar with it, this is just a float. And so when there's enough water, it fills up, the float floats up, and then it shuts off the valve where water can come out. But then after they drink it, the water level is lower, then the float goes back down and water fills back up to the desired spot. Alright, just got back. This is the metal shop. I don't think it's kind of not clean right now. Nothing's really organized this time of the year with hay season, but four-wheeler, lawnmower. I used to play baseball, fun fact. Welding machine. Can't show you this right there. That's for another video. 18-foot Duracraft, 115 Mercury on the back of it. I'm gonna make some videos. And then the Vermeer baler that y'all probably saw in previous videos. All right, so update on the land clearing. And you can see the big old pile that we stacked in the back. But these are all, well, this has been a stump for a while. You can see where it's all. But all these stumps like this, where you can see, I mean, it's fresh. And all those, all back there, were all dead trees. During the Ida, which was a really bad hurricane that I might not be familiar with, depending on where y'all from, but I think it's 2021. It was a really big hurricane, and it hit our area very hard. And when it did that, me and Dad kind of came, put our minds together to think that it actually like twisted the trunk and when it, on some of the trees, but it knocked down like 400 trees back here. But when it did that, when it twisted it, it like messed up the root system and everything. And so they all the trees got weaker. And unfortunately, the next year, a huge drought came, which, I mean, down here in South Louisiana, it rains every day during the summer. It didn't rain like one day the whole summer. And since the root systems were weak in a lot of trees, it like smothered them. They all died. So that is why you can see like some of the dead trees all in the back we still have to get. But these 3 trees, I believe it's these 3. It might be, I think it's these 3. Me and Dad just talked about this, but I forgot which ones exactly he's referring to. But anyway, if you can see the power line runs down. Yeah, it's these 3. So what we're gonna do is cut, like me or Dad, one of the two of us are gonna cut right here with the chainsaw, these 3. And we're gonna have to take the excavator, y'all can see all the way in the back, and prop the bucket against the tree and kind of apply force with the excavator. So when we do cut, just to make sure that all the trees fall that way off the power line, because that's the worst thing that could happen, is us to clip the power line when one of the trees are coming down. All the Katahdin sheep are back there. That's none of the St. Croix, but St. Croix don't, for some reason, didn't merge too well with them. They kind of standoffish. But getting on the excavator. Please, if you're good, if you know how to operate the excavator and all that, you can leave advice. The door's kind of jacked up. I gotta, for sure. I'll take advice, but just know this is like, I've worked on this excavator single hand, like you count on one hand the amount of times I worked on it. So please don't give me too hard of a time if I do something stupid. All right, so we just got finished clearing off the power line, but Dad was using the steel MS290 chainsaw, 18-inch bar. As you can see, it's time to either sharpen the chain or get a new chain, but there's something stuck down there in that bar that we're gonna have to get off. But we used this chainsaw to cut all these trees down, so it had a pretty good life on it. But as you can see, the power line looks much better. Daisy may bothering Dad. Anyway, that was on the excavator. Like I said, if y'all know, y'all have any tips and tricks, I'd appreciate it. But it's only my like 5th time ever using it. But with that being said, this is pretty much just kind of a day in the life of a farmer, so to speak. I mean, the beauty of it is it's different work every day. Some days it's more animal focused, and then like today is more land based, just clearing up the land to improve it for the animals. But anyway, we're gonna go to church, so this will be the end of this video. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Your Daisy May. Y'all take care.